Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have a new studio assistant. This is Rue. She's my muse and my studio assistant. And today we're going to be doing a little sketchbook spread about her. She's my new puppy. She's a lot of work. I love her. I love you, but you are also very time consuming. Yes, you are. So we're going through potty training. There's a lot of chaos. It's disrupted just about every routine we have in my family. She's just up from a nap, which is why she's so sweet right now. The thing with art journaling is that it's something that is so flexible. You can take it with you anywhere you go. So, you know, how appropriate to do a quick little sketch, a little study of this little bear. This little bear. Yes. She is an 8-week-old Bernadoodle, tricolor. She'll be a fantastic muse for me for the coming weeks. And I encourage you all to join in. So I'll get the spread going right now. But first I just want to appreciate this sweet girl. Look at her. Oh my God, she's so adorable. Yes. Mwah. Okay, I promise this won't turn into a dog channel. Although, I don't know, maybe people would prefer that. I love her. Okay, we'll get started. Thanks, everybody. So, I'm using some very basic materials today. I've got my sketchbook, which I'm going to open to the page I would like to do. I have a clip of some sort. This one just happens to be sitting here, so I'm going to use it. I have another one in my bag. There we go. Yes. And I'll just use this to weigh down the thing. And I do have a picture of Rue, which I'm going to use as reference. And I'll put it up here for a moment so you guys can check it out. And this is the one I'm going to start with. I'm going to do a couple of different images of her because she's super adorable. And I think I'm going to use a brush pen. I'm going to go with the first one with her perky little ears and adorable little snout. And then we do that. She's got this kind of thing, kind of like that. Got a really cute little nose. I'm just doing this. Some people will do this with kind of more of a single line drawing, and I do that sometimes, but for this one I just feel like being as loose and fun and playful as I can be. I love the fold in her ear. It's one of the cutest things I've ever seen. Got a little eye there. And her eye here is a little bit covered by some of the fur. All right, so then she's got this coming down. She's got a little bit of her tongue showing. It's so cute. And then we've got, let's see, next to her ear, she's got this little side coming down. Got her little pink halter. Not to be gendered about it, that was just the halter that was given to us. Now there's foreshortening because of the view that I have here. So we've got her halter, and it's like that, and then it goes like this, and that is fine. And so her paws look a little short, but they're actually, it's just because of the vantage point. I was standing up above her, which apparently I'm not supposed to do too much of. Dogs don't really like that. But this is her little body. You can see her rear paw coming through. Really, all I'm doing is just looking at my reference. She moves around so much, it's hard to do live. Although if you're brave, you're welcome to do that. You can get some really neat effects with some quick live things. And then she's got a beautiful tail coming out. Actually, it's like up here. That's the funny thing. And her tail's neat because it's got this little white tip on it, which is cool. And then the cool thing about this picture is that there's some really neat shadows, but I'll put those in later with my thing. So that's like the base sketch, really. And this the halter kind of disappears this way. And she's just like a little, I'm going to do like just a little bit of the texture of her fur. She's got so much going on. Yeah, she looks really cute. I'll just do this because it feels good. And then she's got like really nice eyes. And this one is like that. Yeah. Got a lot of texture up here. Probably could have done the ear a little more wide, but it's okay. She's gonna forgive me. And to be honest, even if this doesn't look exactly like Rue, it doesn't matter. It's just a really nice memory. And she's in the dark on this side, so this is going to be the darker side for sure. So it's tricky managing the darker side with also the shadows, because it's also the shadow side. So I just want to make sure she's cared for there. All right. That's it. That's a little sketch of my sweet Rue. Now I can go in with some watercolor. And I like to do things in lots of different ways. You can just paint her directly, or one thing that I really enjoy doing is painting around her. So doing like a negative space treatment, which is really satisfying because it just adds a kind of an interesting look to it all. Okay, so for this one, I decided I'm going to do some of the color actually inside of the setup. Some really nice pinks. So I'm going to just go for it. Enjoy the way that this kind of adds a little contrast to her neutral coloring. But that tongue is just magical. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of this kind of yellow ochre, burnt sienna. She's just got a little bit of this on her little paws, some around her face, some on her ears. And the rest is really in shadow, although above the eyes there's a bit too. Okay. So now I can go back in. Now this is not going to be as intense as the black ink that I was using, but go in and get some of the texture of her body. Let's see, we've got some of this here. Got her tail, which is lovely thing coming out, which is super cute. And we've got, and there are some highlights, so I'm not feeling like I have to cover every tiny bit. Like leaving some white space actually gives the illusion of some highlights, which I think is handy. I don't mind if stuff runs a little bit. The whole name of the game here is to be pretty rough, and I'm good with that. So there we go. Just a really quick sketch. I'm enjoying the layers. Oh, and I want to make sure her nose is covered. There it is. Nice and round. I can go back with a white pen and do highlights on it. I got a little overzealous, so it looks like she's got a bigger nose than she has. That's okay. I'm gonna leave it. Doesn't matter. And then she's got like her little face here. Now she does have quite a bit of white above her snout, so I just want to make sure we keep that, we protect it. And there she is, little Ruru. All right. Now, one thing that we can do, because the shadows were so strong, is create some shadow look. For example, there's a shadow here, and then it goes all the way up and across. So, got a little shadow coming off of her as I was looking down. And this one goes down like that. And then there's actually another sort of almost tail-like look because the shadow. And there you have it. Yeah. Okay. Let's see, where's my pen? I think I'll use this pen just to highlight Rue. Actually, I should do a little bit of a shadow on this side of the snout and on the side of the collar. There you go. Okay. So this is Rue. At 8 weeks. He's an Aussie Bernadoodle. And I think I'll date it and let it dry. And then I can do another thing on this side. I could have used the entire spread. I chose for this moment just to do a half because I just don't have that much time. So let's do this. Okay, 5, 1, 25. There it is. Now I'll remember this walk forever. Okay, so I couldn't help myself. I decided to put in a little bit of the pattern in her collar and that harness. It's got a little bit of a plaid thing going on, so I popped that in. As you can see, it is not precise. I just felt like giving a little bit of that texture. I was thinking I might, in this side, go back in and do some journaling, but I don't really have time today. I wanted to instead show everybody one of the books that was like really major in my beginning stages when I started doing some art journaling and really what's called urban sketching. This is a book by Felix Scheinberger, and he is a German guy. I think he lives in Berlin. He's traveled all over the world as a kind of a sketcher. I think he works for some kind of design studio, probably his own, doing all kinds of things. But this book was really a revelation for me. First of all, I highly recommend it if you're new to this. It is a fantastic first book for any kind of like sketching habit, both in terms of materials and also just inspiration. What I love about this is that it is not what I would consider necessarily beautiful, but he really tells a story. He's really loose and free with both his line and his color. It's just incredible. Look at that little crab. It's fantastic. There's so much character. He's done a lot of work in nightclubs in Berlin. Some of it is not for children, just to warn everybody. If you go to his Instagram account, don't be surprised. But it is really fun to look at his style because it is so uniquely his. And I just think it's a really great book if you have any interest in doing a little bit more of this, because you don't look at these people and think, oh, they're so attractive, but it's clearly a memory for him. And it has allowed him to really make this incredible lifelong practice with all kinds of experiences. This is a portrait of his parents. Look at that. Look at the 2 glasses of wine and the turtleneck. It's just great. So this is just a wonderful book for people who are just getting started. And I find it very freeing if you haven't done a lot of drawing to look at his work, because again, he's not doing picture perfect style images. There's a looseness and a creative kind of edginess to this that I think is absolutely worth considering. That said, his sense of perspective is really cool. This is, I think, probably, this is Normandy. You can really get a sense of what it's like down on the water. And so definitely worth spending just some time with this book. So if you struggled with the pet portrait, no worries. Maybe that's your brand. And take a look at this Felix Scheinberger book, Urban Watercolor Sketching. I know it's available in several different languages just because I call on many fun versions of this book in different languages that are worth checking out. So I hope you get a chance to pick it up. All right. Thanks so much. Bye.